several Gators leading the charge. Dustin Oglesby, along with Jesse Jordan and Devin Jordan. No gain. Third down, 8 from the 19-yard line. 3:45 to go in the first half. And now timeout taken by the Tigers. Back after this. .329 to go in the first half. Third down, 8 from the 19 for the Tigers. In motion, Valdez. Pumphrey back to pass. Smith wide open. Touchdown, Blountstown. A 19-yard pass from quarterback Logan Pumphrey to Trevin Smith. It is now 27-7. The Tigers on top of Baker. And now the point after by McLeod. And we are back on the air.
Had major technical difficulties there. Sorry for everybody that was listening. We've got it back up now. It's under a little bit different heading, but we're back on the air.
Well, they just missed a 19-yard touchdown pass by Blountstown from Pumphrey to Smith. The point after, no good. Still, Tigers lead 27-7 in the first half. Back after this.
One of our sponsors this year for our live coverage of Baker Gator varsity football is Wise Equipment in Crestview. Wise Equipment specializes in sales and services of Kubota and John Deere mowers and tractors. They carry Steel and John Deere chainsaws, line trimmers, and blowers. Plus, they have John Deere toys. All products are backed by a manufacturer's warranty. Wise Equipment is located at 1147 South Purdon Boulevard in Crestview and can be reached at 850-682-3366.
Thank you to all of our concerned listeners. We did have some major problems just now, but we're back on the air, and while we were gone, Blountstown increases their lead 27-7, 3:23 left in this first half. And Jesse, it has been ugly on our side. Blountstown just taking control of this game.
Yeah, I missed most of that, Mark, so sorry about that.
No problem. I didn't mind practicing by myself. I'm glad you had that end of it. But anyway, Blountstown, their defense just stifling the Baker offense. And the kick taken by Joe Brunson at his 17-yard line. Joe's out to the 25, the 30, and brought down about the 33-yard line. Tackle made by number 60, Daniel McDougal. But Blountstown has stopped our defense, or our offense, a couple of times. But now, here we go, 3:17 to go in the first half, and see what Baker can do here. First and 10 from our 33-yard line. Sam Croson remains quarterback. Seth backs in the backfield. And handoff goes to Jack Adams. A flag comes in, most likely a false start on the Gators. And So far, Jesse, Baker has drawn about 4 or 5 flags this first half. Now, earlier during all that, there was a pass play on 4th down from Joe Brunson to Ethan Edge. We all saw him get knocked down on some pass interference. No call. Matt Brunson, obviously upset on the field with the officials, but they did not change that call. And these Blountstown fans were booing Matt Brunson and the Baker Gators, but they got their wig in the end. So here we are, 2nd down and 12 from the 31-yard line. And Sam hands off to, I believe that is Seth Baxa. Baxa out to the 37-yard line, brings up 3rd down. And about 7 yards for the Gators. They have to get to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, it's a situation the Gators have not been in so far this year, obviously, and even as far back as last year, I think they only faced this kind of opposition really when they got into the state championship game. So this is going to be a spot where they're really going to have to regroup these last couple minutes of this first half and then come back out second half with some serious game plan and really execute what they've been doing all year long, and just play their game.
Sam hands off to Jack Adams. Jack trying to find somewhere to go and nowhere to go, and he's brought down by number 58 for the Tigers.
Looks like there was a flag thrown on closer to our sideline over there, Mark. Not sure what that call was.
We'll find out here in just a moment from the official. 2 minutes left in this first half. 27-7, Blountstown on top of the Gators. And now, Jesse, here's the call from the White Hat. Well, I'll be. There's one against Blountstown tonight. Unsportsmanlike conduct is about time.
Yes, that's right.
2 minutes to go in the first half, and I apologize. That's not my nature, Jesse, to talk like that, but I've seen too many go against us already.
A little exchange to make up for some of those bad calls, maybe.
Maybe so. 1st and 10 Baker from the Blountstown 49-yard line. Sam Croson under center. Zane Steele at fullback. Joe Brunson at running back, and it's Joe on the left side, and Joe finds maybe 3 or 4 yards. He's close to the Blountstown 45-yard line. And Jesse, sooner or later, Sam, he's got to go to the air and get some yardage downfield. We're down to 1:44 left in this first half. You're down 20 points. Of course, Matt Brunson, he has a talent for making those halftime adjustments, and they'll be making some shortly here, I am assured.
Yep, absolutely.
And now Sam rolls right, looking for Zane Steele. Zane lays out for it, but can't bring it in. Goes incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 7 for the Gators.
You called it on that one, Mark. A little bit of a pass just to change things up and get things going in a little different direction. Maybe change the pace of our offense instead of just run. Get that pass down the field and see what we can do to be able to maybe extend this field a little bit. I know we've only got 1:21 left in this first half, but a couple passes right here could get us in the end zone really quick.
Exactly. 3rd down, 7 from the Blountstown 46 for the Gators. Now Sam back in shotgun formation. Drops back to pass. Good protection. Now brings it back in. Wants to throw. Now he's going to have to run. He's wrapped up by a couple of Tigers near the 44-yard line. He'll be dropped well short of the first down marker. Tackle made by Joseph Rector.
I do want to make a quick announcement real quick, Mark. We are live back on WTJT now, so thanks to all the listeners for hanging with us through all the technical difficulties, and now we're back on WTJT and Jock Jive.
Yeah, thank you very much. I got a couple of texts from Scott, Wesley, and Randy, and appreciate the concern. And now Wesley can hear our beautiful voices one more time.
Maybe it'll be soothing.
Timeout taken by the Gators. We'll take this away. We'll be right back after this.
Staff here at WTJT would like to say thank you to Health Smart Pharmacy and Melody Thompson for their support of WTJT and this year's live coverage of Baker Gator varsity football. Health Smart Pharmacy offers a wide range of products and services. Not only can they meet your pharmaceutical needs, they also have products such as Simple Southern t-shirts, You Might Be, gift cards, and mugs. They also have Sorelli and other fashion jewelry. They have collegiate items as well as country western gifts for your favorite cowboy or cowgirl. And of course, they have t-shirts for our local Baker Gators. Health Smart Pharmacy is located on the left just through the light in downtown Baker and can be reached by phone at 850-537-6266. Thanks again to Health Smart Pharmacy for your support of WTJT and our local football team.
This is the inaugural Sunshine State Athletic Conference Championship game. The Baker Gators and the Blountstown Tigers. Both teams undefeated. 9 wins, no losses. And right now, the Tigers hold the Gators by the tail, 27-7. 41 seconds left. It is 4th and 5 from the 44. And Sam wants to pass. He's under heavy pressure. Gets the ball off. A great grab by Joe Brunson. Goes incomplete. Can't bring it in. So the Tigers take over on downs. But Zane's still back there trying to throw a block for Sam. And Sam under heavy pressure by that Tiger defense.
Still with that heavy pressure, though, he made a great pass. I mean, literally, it was only where McQueen could be able to get his hands on that ball. Or Joe, I think you said it was Brunson, maybe.
Joe Brunson, right.
And be able to get his hand right there on the ball. So, overall, that was a great pass, great play, but, just didn't end in our favor.
35 seconds before the half. 27-7. Blountstown in the lead over the Baker Gators. 1st and 10 Tigers from their 44-yard line. And it looks like they're in a Wildcat formation with Alex Valdez. He wants to pass. He's been pursued by Jake Miller. Gets away from Carter Mason. Seth Baxter wraps him up, and he's brought down across midfield. He's getting some assistance. I believe Dustin Oglesby also on that tackle, but wow, what a great run by Alex Valdez. He stopped shy of the first down marker at the Baker 47-yard line 11 seconds ago in this first half. And there's no rush on the Tiger part. They may be content to go in the half, leading 27-7. It is halftime from Panama City, Tommy Oliver Stadium. The halftime score, Blountstown 27, Baker 7. Back in just a moment.
WTJT is honored to recognize the support of Adams Sanitation to this ministry. Adams is locally owned and operated and has been for more than 35 years. They offer twice weekly pickup featuring automated trucks. No bagging of trash required. Adams also offers complimentary pickup of small bulk items, appliances, bagged yard waste, plus complimentary service to any church within their service area. They have 65 or 96-gallon rolling cans and pricing plans specifically for the senior 65 and older. The phone number to Adams Sanitation is 537-3282. The website is adamsanitation.com. WTJT and the Baker Gators are proud to recognize Baker Parts in downtown Baker as a sponsor of live coverage of Baker Gator football. Baker Parts has auto parts and hardware for all household needs. Baker Parts is located at 1304 Georgia Avenue in Baker, and their phone number is 537-3131 or 537-4231. Thanks, Danny, and all the staff at Baker Parts for helping to make coverage of Baker Gator football possible on WTJT.
Hi, this is Tony from Baker Feed and Country Store. The Baker Gator football season is back, and we are proud supporters of WTJT's live Baker Gator football program. Baker Feed and Country Store has all your fall food plot, seed, and fertilizer needs, along with corn, rice bran, pellets, and blocks. We carry Justin boots, belts, wallets, and Wrangler jeans. Baker Feed and Country Store is located on the right at the light in downtown Baker and can be reached by phone 537-1000. Again, that's 537-1000. Go Gators!
WTJT would like to thank Jason Norton and Baker Metalworks for allowing us to bring live Baker Gator football coverage to the listeners of WTJT. Baker Metalworks offers a large variety of colors, and they are all Energy Star rated. They have 4 profile styles with 29 and 26 gauge. They also have delivery available, and all of their materials are Florida product approved. Baker Metalworks is located at 5846 Highway 189 in Baker. They can be reached by phone at 850-537-2010. Thanks again to Baker Metalworks for all of your support here at WTJT.
Thank you, Brackney Funeral Service in Crestview, for your support. Brackney Funeral Service is located on Highway 90 East. They are locally owned and operated and provide all the traditional funeral services, including burials and cremations. And the telephone number is 683-9898. 683-9898. Terry Brackney is the funeral director. Again, thanks, Terry and Brackney Funeral Service for giving to WTJT.
Welcome back to Panama City, Florida, inside the press box of Tommy Oliver Stadium, one of the nicest places we've been this year. It is halftime. Blountstown 27, Baker 7, Mark Forehand and Jesse Dunnigan with you. Robbie Cole out due to some technical problems with our equipment, but nonetheless, he has missed. But Jesse, first of all, a lot to talk about, but I want to say a happy birthday to a couple of folks that we all know. Ernie Roy, one of our executive board members at Milligan Assembly. His birthday is today. And his daughter, Alex, who is married to our nephew, Jacob Allen.
That's right.
Jacob, Alex, and their son, Tucker, who I believe is 16 months old. They have been faithful listeners over the past couple of seasons, so happy birthday, Alex, and to Ernie, and thanks for listening. But Jesse, not a lot of high school ball going on tonight, but some big college games earlier today.
That's right.
Notre Dame victorious over Vod Tech. Our Seminoles lost, surprisingly, again to Miami. And in the biggest cocktail party in the world over in Jacksonville, Georgia, over Florida, 24-17.
Comes out on top. I don't think anybody saw that one coming, but
no. But talk about this game. Blountstown Baker, a lot of history here, and a lot of they're both powerhouses. And between these two teams, they have 7 state championships. Baker, of course, back in 83, 84, 85 when they were Class 1A, and in 93 when they were Class 2A. Blountstown's had a longer drought. In Class 2A, they won back in 73, 76, and 77, so 42 years since their last state championship. But these two teams don't play much in the regular season, but they've had a lot of postseason games. And just to be blunt, Blountstown has been a thorn in Baker's side several times.
And again tonight, Blountstown has come to play. I mean, they have absolutely come, and they have showed up with an excellent game plan against our defense. I mean, our defensive front all year long has been very strong, and even tonight you've seen little glimmers of that, but they've come out with a great game plan to be able to attack us quickly. I mean, we got the ball first to start. I thought we'd come out quickly. Didn't do so well on the first drive. But Blountstown has really had it together. You have to remind me the number one.
Trevin Smith.
Trevin Smith, yes. He's done an excellent job, and I've even seen them split him out wide a couple times to try to get some of that all-purpose yards. I think he said over 1,000 yards rushing.
Right, 1,005 rushing, 1,748 all-purpose. Because he also has some receptions.
Right.
Receiving, he's got 155 yards receiving, plus he returns punts and kickoffs. So.
Wow, so he's always touching the ball.
Exactly.
So he's a key player for them, and he's been doing pretty much what he's done all year long. We've seen that. He's got some moves. He's got some speed. So that's one thing that we're going to have to come out in the second half and really attack that. But also, we've seen some of their other guys sneak in and get in the end zone and really dominate in that running game, and they really haven't passed the ball very much. We've had a couple passes. The only one that really was successful for Blountstown was on that first drive to keep the drive alive on a third down. Probably about a 25-yard pass, but he just reached up there, snatched it out of the air. So they've had a little bit of success, but their main drive is going to be their running game, and that's something we're going to have to come out and be dominant in.
Right now, they did score on a 19-yard pass from quarterback Logan Pumphrey to Trevin Smith, but they take the lead. But now, Jesse, still some confusion, I think. This is a conference championship, not the playoffs.
Right.
So if Baker loses tonight, what happens next week as far as the playoffs?
As far as what I've been told, I think whether we win or lose, I think next week, because of the structure of the FHSAA playoffs, that we receive a bye week. And then going into that second round of the playoffs, then we will step in and play. I'm not sure if that's the same case for Blountstown. I would think probably so, because they're seeded so high as well. I think we're 2 and 3 right there in the main playoffs, with Madison County being number 1. And we saw them last night. They played against one of our local teams, Crestview. Crestview went down, I think it was for Madison County's homecoming, if I'm not mistaken, and Madison County destroyed Crestview last night. So they're a powerful team. You know they're going to remain at number 1 spot. So that's my understanding, unless I'm completely wrong. I think that's how it's going to work out next week.
Well, you mentioned that they beat Crestview 34-13, and I heard, Dan Shugart, Channel 3, said that that 1A classification is misleading.
And just so people know, Madison County is the number 1 team in our classification. The Baker, Blountstown, this classification. Crestview is 7A in the state of Florida, so they have a much larger school, but got beat by a 1A school handily.
Right, 1A in name only. That's what he said.
Name only.
1A in name only.
Exactly.
Yeah, and speaking of last night, it was the final game of the regular season, and just a handful of unbeaten teams in Okaloosa County. Baker and Niceville undefeated, pending the outcome of this game, of course, for the Baker Gators. But also Catholic. They finished undefeated 10-0. They slid by Milton last night, barely, 29-28. Choctaw and Fort Walton Beach, that's also a classic rivalry every year. Choctaw winning 42-6. They finished 5-5. Fort Walton 3-7. The other undefeated team in Escambia County, the other Gators, Escambia, they blow away Pensacola 52-7. So Escambia and Catholic undefeated as they go into the playoffs next week. And, of course, your alma mater, Jay, fell to Northview 40-7. Pine Forest over Gulf Breeze 49-7. West Florida over Tate 40-26. Rocky Bayou, they finished 2-7. They beat St. Francis last night 49-33. And Chipley beat Lighthouse, a team we played earlier, 42-6. But Lighthouse finishes 5-4, so not a bad season for those high schools.
Not bad.
Right. So we'll take a timeout and be right back with more halftime after this.
WTJT would like to send a special thanks to CCSI of Crestview, Florida. It's businesses like you, through all your support, that makes this live coverage of the Baker Gators Friday Night Football possible.
WTJT is honored to recognize a donation from Edge Painting Incorporated. Derek and his crew specialize in interior and exterior repaints, pressure washing, cabinet refinishing, wood and concrete staining, just to name a few. Edge Painting Incorporated has you covered. The number to schedule your free estimate is 850-537-2396. 850-537-2396. Owners Derek and Nikki Edge are proud supporters of Baker Athletics. Go Gators!
Pastor White and the congregation of Milligan Assembly of God are proud sponsors of Baker Gator football. Our services are on Sunday morning starting at 9 a.m. for Sunday school, 10 a.m. for morning worship, and then we come back at 6 p.m. on Sunday evenings for our Sunday night explosion. Our midweek service begins on Wednesday nights, and it starts at 6:45 for our Kids Call ministry, and then 7 p.m. for our evening worship service on Wednesday nights. You can follow us on Facebook, and you can also connect with us on the web at mag.church. On behalf of Pastor White and the congregation of Milligan Assembly of God, we want to say...
It is halftime from Panama City, Florida, in the inaugural, the first annual SSAC Championship game, and Baker is behind Blountstown 27-7. Mark Forehand and Jesse Jernigan with you, and Jesse, want to give a shout out to a couple of very special young ladies, the most special in the entire world.
Come on.
Yeah, our wives,
That's
Sharon
right.
and Jill. And
That's right. Well,
also,
tomorrow. Yeah.
also, happy anniversary. You and Jill are what? How many years? 11, 12, 13?
12 years.
12 years.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. So
Happy anniversary, babe.
And she's with us tonight as well as Sharon. And, wow, I'm sorry you guys got to work on your anniversary. Well, tomorrow, but you still got to work, right?
That's right. Still got to work tomorrow.
Yeah, busy weekend for you guys. But congratulations to our own Jesse Jernigan. Jesse, going back to Baker and Blountstown, they have played a couple of common opponents this year. Mm-hmm. Both teams faced Port St. Joe and Cottondale. Blountstown beat Cottondale 35-0. We beat them pretty bad, 47-6. We slipped by Port St. Joe 27-21, and I believe they shut out Port St. Joe or beat them 35-7, which means nothing, but it's fun to look at those kind of stats and see how they did against common opponents. Of course, the main score tonight is this one. Now, earlier, before this game, we had the Big Bend Brawl. Mm-hmm. It was Graceful and Sneeds, and Graceful won that game 22-0. And besides that, Jesse, it's been all college football today, but I'm thankful that tonight our only competition really is the SMU-Memphis game. Mm-hmm. All of our games were played earlier today.
That's right. Yeah, that's really not an interesting game for anybody to listen to. So don't turn it over to there. Stay with us. Hang out with us. We'll be much more fun, I promise. And I can't promise that nothing else is bad going to go wrong with all this equipment, but we'll try our best to keep ourselves live on the air.
Yeah, I want to say thanks. Appreciate all of our faithful listeners. I haven't talked to this young man lately, but I heard some nice things he said about us. So I appreciate Charles Cotham listening to us, and I also believe you had some more you wanted to mention tonight that was listening to us.
Yeah, Rachel and Kevin Madden, they're listening, and I think they might have Mackenzie with them tonight. So, Mackenzie, if you're listening, go Gators, girl.
But anyway, so the Baker Gators really this first half, Jesse, kind of uncharacteristic to what we've seen the entire year. They followed behind, at Northview, at Freeport, at Lighthouse, but tonight they have fallen down by 20 points.
Yeah.
And this is just, but knowing Matt Brunson, he will go in there at halftime and make their adjustments. But Blountstown, they've always been tough on the Gators, always been tough ever since we've played against them, but no exception here tonight. So we'll see how this plays out.
Yeah, I'm certain there was a good bit of a pep talk that happened at halftime from Coach Brunson, and he was pretty animated on the field there at the end of the first half, rather. So I'm certain that he got in there and got the attention of those guys and let them know, hey, listen, we may be down 20 points, but that doesn't mean that we can't come back and really fire up this game and get in here with our offense, maybe a fresh plan, or just maybe tweak a few things to get them exactly where they need to be. And it could be, as far as a few things that I've seen that will be big contenders in this game is they just got to lock up. When they go to tackle, don't try to make a big hit. Don't try to arm tackle. Really wrap up that player and make sure that whenever you make contact, you don't let go. You just hold on to them, bring them down, and then on offense, holding your blocks. Our guys have been really good about this all year long, but they're facing a defense tonight with Blountstown that, they're fast. They're quick. They fly around. They don't stand in one spot, and it looks like they're maybe changing their look consistently, blitz this way, just going around the end. So it's a little bit different for our guys. They're going to have to keep their head on a swivel, make sure they know where the linebackers are coming from, make sure they know what kind of stunts the defensive line is going to run, and, man, just be consistent with it. When you get your block, hold your block. Don't let go until that whistle blows.
Well, this year the offense averaging 40 points per game. The defense holding their opponents to 6. And here they lead 27-7 at the half. And now this is the first annual SSAC championship. So I'm guessing this is going to be a annual thing for us.
Yeah, I think so, and that's what Coach Brunson indicated whenever he was talking about at the beginning of the season, that it just kind of adds excitement to the schedule for the guys, and you saw that with the game before. They had something to play for, even if they don't go deep in the playoffs. The two teams that played for the Big Bend Brawl, if I'm not mistaken,
right.
that gave them something to look forward to, and it's going to be something that I think is going to build next year. More teams are going to be added to it, if I'm not mistaken, because this year the reason why it was limited to 12 is because other teams that are in our area that would have been part of the conference, they already had prior commitments on these last 3 weeks of the season, so they couldn't break those contracts and be able to set up a new game. And really, you go into the season with 3 games, you have no idea who you're playing. It's really dependent on how you play the first seven weeks. So it allows it for some interesting endings like this. I mean, normally we wouldn't get to play Blountstown the regular season, but now this is part of our regular season. So, it's really going to prove who's going to go deep in the playoffs and be able to make a big impact in 1A.
You're exactly right. We had a chance to play Jefferson 2 weeks ago and then Port St. Joe last week. But this will be interesting. And I know the teams he mentioned that was not in it this year was Jay, Northview, Freeport. But now we could still see those guys in the playoffs.
That's exactly right, and most likely you will, because some of them have ended the regular season pretty well, enough to be able to get in a spot and be able to get in there and compete to be able to go a few rounds in the playoffs, possibly get to where they come back. And I know Northview would like another shot at us. I'm certain, and that very well could be maybe our second week of the playoffs. You never know. I'm not sure how it's going to shape up. We'll definitely know by the end of this weekend, and maybe the beginning of next week we'll know what's going on and be able to report on that. But it's exciting. I mean, you never know who you're going to play, and we may not have played as good the first half here, but we can step up the second half and really prove our point.
Right. I believe the brackets for the playoffs will come out tomorrow morning, so sometime by noon we should know who is playing who now. From what I was told, and you said it earlier, we'll have a bye week regardless. We're going to lose tonight. You'd like to, and that's another thing. Baker is on that 37-game win streak, regular season. Right. Blountstown is on a 9-game win streak, and Jesse, the more you win, the harder that first loss is going to be. Of course, now last year Baker didn't lose until the state championship.
Right. And I think that's how they would love to have it this year, too. But unless they get to the state championship, I know they would want to win, obviously. But, if they're going to have a loss, that would be a great place to have your last, that last game, lose that one.
Right, exactly. Well, the teams are back on the field, and we are just about set for the third quarter kickoff. Going to take a break. Be right back after this.
WTJT would like to say thank you to the Okaloosa County Teachers Federal Credit Union for supporting our coverage of Baker Gator football. Okaloosa County Teachers Federal Credit Union offers a wide variety of financial services with 4 locations, including the Baker branch location at the entrance to Baker School next to the Gator Cafe. They can be reached at 850-537-9815 or on the web at okaloosafcu.org. You can be a member of the credit union if you live, work, or worship or attend school in Okaloosa County. For all your financial needs, it's Okaloosa County Teachers Federal Credit Union. Achieving goals together.
Live from Panama City, Florida, inside Tommy Oliver Stadium, a beautiful complex here. Mark Forehand and Jesse Jernigan with you tonight for this SSAC championship game between Baker and Blountstown. As we start the third quarter, Baker down 27-7. A place they're not used to being, Jesse, is behind, not by that many points.
Right. I think we trailed at the beginning of the year against Northview for maybe a couple quarters at the most, and
6-0.
But just by 6 points. So now we're down by 20, and this is really going to be a test for the Gators right here. They're going to have to come out strong. I think we've got to kick off in this second half to start it off, and our defense is going to have to come up big and really just, I hate to say this, we're going to have to be more physical than Blountstown, because right now it looks like we're getting manhandled a little bit, but if they'll come out and play their game and be strong, I don't think we'll have any problem being able to get back in this game in the second half.
And we'll say thanks to my sister-in-law, Gwen, and her husband, Jeff, listening also tonight. Thanks to everyone that tunes in. There's the pooch kick by Pierce Thompson, taken by Blountstown at their 45-yard line, and that was Jerian Mosley. And he is met by Zane Steele and Devin Jordan at the 45-yard line. So, Jesse, the defense really has to step up here. And, of course, the offense, too. But Blountstown, I mean, you can't deny them anything. They are a great team.
Yeah, they've absolutely come to play. I know I said that at halftime, but it's the truth. They've come out ready to play. Their game plan's on. Their guys are fired up. Our guys are really going to have to just answer that right here and just get them right now.
So third quarter, 1st and 10. Blountstown from their 45-yard line. Under center is Pumphrey. Hands off to Trevin Smith, right side. He's wrapped up quickly by the Gators and forced backwards. Seth Baxa back there. Joe Brunson, Eric McQueen, Dustin Oglesby. Zane still, and there's an injured Blountstown player at the 45-yard line. Trying to get up on his own power and slowly makes it to his feet. And that is number 28, Jeriah Mosley, who just fielded the kickoff by Pierce Thompson. It's a 3-yard loss for Blountstown back to their 42-yard line. 11:44 to go. Just underway in the third quarter, 27-7. Blountstown on top.
And that's the kind of quick start that we're going to have. The defense has got to have their ears pinned back, go after the ball. We really have nothing to lose at this point. We can't stand back and just be conservative. We have got to attack the ball and make sure we're right there on every single play.
Quarterback Logan Pumphrey under his center. Hands off to Martin in the back. Another quarterback keeper, left side. He's brought down quickly. A great tackle by Joe Brunson at the 43-yard line. Brings up third down, 11 for the Tigers.
Yeah, Joe did a good job right there. I think Trevin Smith was trying to get a block on Joe, but Joe shook that and really wrapped up the running back and did a great job. That's the kind of tackling we're going to have, and I think he's going to have to be the one to lead the way, to step up and really make those big plays. And then I think the whole defense and offense is going to rally around him and some of these other guys that may be in that senior class to be able to step up and really just put their best foot forward. Let's see what they're made out of right here.
Third down, 13 from their 42-yard line, 10:40, third quarter. In motion is Valdez. Pumphrey looking to pass, goes to the air, going for Valdez, and is thrown out of bounds. He was covered tightly by Bodie Kolb. And had he caught it, Jesse, he would have been out of bounds anyway. So the Gators hold the Tigers to a 3 and out on this first drive. 10:31 to go third quarter. They trail 27-7. Now the punter for the Tigers is also their quarterback, Logan Pumphrey, and he has averaged 34 yards per punt this season on 7 punts. So they don't punt a whole lot. And no one back deep for the Gators. A high snap. Pumphrey gets it off, and it bounces at the 35 and rolls out of bounds close to the 30-yard line, and he has some really heavy pressure there, Jesse McQueen, and backs it back there close to blocking that punt.
Yeah, they were just a couple feet away from being able to make it in there and get hands on them, but they were in that no man's land when you're going to a punter. If you lay out and you miss the ball and then you knock the punter over, well, that's a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down for the Blountstown Tigers. So they had to pull up just a little bit, but again, I mean, Mark, they were probably they might have been closer than a couple feet right there. That was close.
And Pumphrey could have failed and got an Academy Award, but he kept his feet. So 1st and 10, Baker from their 30. 10:22, third quarter. Sam Croson, number 3, under his center, Dylan LaFear. And handoff goes to Jack Adams, and Jack breaks one tackle, cuts it back inside, and he gains maybe 3 yards to the 33. It's second down and 7, and Jesse, he ran a long way for 3 yards.
He did, and he was very close to breaking that to the outside. So, without that jersey grab there, I think by the defender, I think he would have had several more yards to tack onto that play. Just a tough break for him, but still, he made a little bit of something out of nothing on that play.
9:50 to go, third quarter. Second down, 7 for Baker from their 33-yard line. Gators, the designated visiting team tonight, wearing their white jerseys, maroon numbers, maroon pants. Blountstown, red jerseys and white pants. And it is Joe Brunson on the carry, and Joe gets across the 35 to the 36-yard line. 3 yards, third down, 4 for the Gators.
And it's been pretty consistent for our offensive line. They've done a good job of getting that first level and putting some blocks on the first level. But, man, their linebackers are pretty tough and pretty stout, especially the middle linebacker, number 35. He's been pretty tough to handle. He's been around pretty much every single play tonight. May not have made every tackle, but disrupting some of that blocking.
9 minutes to go, third quarter, third down 4 from the 36. Sam Croson looks to the sideline. In the backfield is Zane Steele. And it's Joe Brunson on the handoff, and Joe runs into a brick wall of Tigers, and he is dropped for a loss back to the 35-yard line. Tackle made by number 20 for the Tigers, Kane Miller. They're now 4th and 5 from their 35-yard line. 8.5 to go in the third quarter. And Jesse looks like he's going to punt the ball. Coach Brunson is. Mm-hmm. Well, actually, not Coach Brunson, but Joe Brunson will punt the ball for the Gators. No one deep for the Tigers. Trevin Smith drops back to about the 45. And Joe Brunson gets a great punt, goes over the head of Smith. Takes a Gator roll inside the 20-yard line. And it'll be down about the 16-yard line by Seth Baxa. 8:02 to go, third quarter. Baker down 27-7. Back in a moment.
We are proud to acknowledge the support of Whitehurst Powell Funeral Home in Crestview. They are a family-owned and operated funeral home, open 7 days a week, and can handle all funeral needs. Plus, they offer advanced planning. Whitehurst Powell is also home to the Southern Heritage Crematory. They are located at 436 James Lee Boulevard, and the phone number is 850-682-3052. Owner Andy Powell is committed to caring for you in your time of need, and is also proud to help make coverage of Baker Gator football possible.
Back to Panama City. Pitch back to Smith. And Smith runs into Devin Jordan, Seth Baxa, Jesse Jordan, and Joshua Gamble. No gain. Brings up second down. A loss of a yard brings up second down 11 for the Tigers back at their 15-yard line. And Jesse, want to give a shout to Amanda Tilburg, her and Derek listening tonight. Parker and Lawson, and what's that mean little girl's name? Adeline? Yeah.
Adeline, that's right.
Yeah. But thanks to Amanda and Derek and all the Tilburgs listening tonight. Appreciate the encouraging words. 7:24 to go in the third quarter. Handoff goes to Smith, right side, breaks one tackle, gets it back inside. He slips into the grasp of Devin Jordan near the 17-yard line, brings up third down and 9. Jesse, I think you called it. The halftime pep talk looks like it's inspired this defense.
Yeah, they've come out fired up in this second half. I know our offense maybe started out a little bit slow, had a little bit of mistakes there in our blocking, but, man, our defensive line has come out really with a fresh fire in their bellies to come out here and really stop this offense. And so far, so good.
Third down and about 10 from the 16-yard line for the Tigers. Handoff goes to Valdez, and Valdez brought down in the backfield by Seth Baxa. A great tackle, open field tackling. Jesse, that's the toughest tackle to make is open field like that.
Absolutely. And he did, though. He stuck with him. Once he grabbed a handful, rather, of his jersey, he did not let go of him, slung him down for a couple-yard loss right there. And I know that's going to fire up the defense, but hopefully it's going to put a little fire in the offense as well.
6:14 to go third quarter. It is 4th and 13 for the Tigers back at their 12 or 13-yard line. Joe Brunson waits for the punt from quarterback Pumphrey. And it's a short punt, nearly blocked by Carter Mason, and sails out of bounds near the Blountstown 30-yard line. He's still 25-yard line. Blountstown fans wanting a roughing the kicker, but
that was very close.
Yeah, but that's okay. But now, Jesse, the Gators in great field position after a bad punt by Pumphrey. That's a lot of P's in one little phrase.
But well, anyway, you did well. You did well.
So anyway, it is 1st and 10 Baker from the Tiger 25-yard line. 5:55 to go third quarter. back after this.
One of our sponsors this year for our live coverage of Baker Gator varsity football is Wise Equipment in Crestview. Wise Equipment specializes in sales and services of Kubota and John Deere mowers and tractors. They carry Steel and John Deere chainsaws, line trimmers, and blowers. Plus, they have John Deere toys. All products are backed by a manufacturer's warranty. Wise Equipment is located at 1147 South Purdon Boulevard in Crestview and can be reached at 850-682-3366.
The punter, Logan Pumphrey, averaging 34 yards per punt this season. But that one went about 9 yards.
Yeah, not a good punt.
But now, Jesse, a golden opportunity for the Baker Gators to put more points on the board. First and 10 from the 25. Pitch back to Joe Brunson. He cuts it back inside and slips. He gets caught by the turf monster at the 20-yard line, goes down, but still positive yardage. Second down, 6 for the Gators.
Yeah, most definitely he is probably kicking himself right now because he had the outside right there. That could have ended up in a touchdown. Definitely would have ended up in a first down because from my angle, he had a huge hole between him and that end yard stick, the yard to gain there, and could have turned it into much more because we know how shifty Joe can get once he gets in the open field.
5:21 to go, third quarter. Second down, 6. Baker from the Blountstown 21-yard line. They trail 27-7. Jack Adams comes to the right side. Sam pitches back to Joe Brunson, right side. Joe's getting some great blocks, and Joe's across the 15-yard line, falls to about the 14-yard line. It'll be first and 10 for the Baker Gators.
It was great blocking that time, Mark. I'm sorry about that, but great blocking by the offensive line to get out there in front of him, and even our running backs. I think it was Jack Adams and Zane Steele that got out there in front of Joe Brunson and really led the way, just, man, pushing him around. I think they're starting to be a little more physical this half and starting to show in this first couple drives for our defense and for our offense.
And that may just be the spark they needed to go into the end zone. First and 10, Baker from the Blountstown 14-yard line, 4:30 to go, third quarter. Again, Joe Brunson, and he falls forward to the 10-yard line. He was chipped up by Caden Hatchett for Blountstown. 3-yard run, second down, 7 for the Gators.
And they just keep chipping away right here. I know we probably need to get in the end zone pretty quick so we can have a chance to get our defense back out there, get another stop, get the ball again. But they've got to execute these next few plays. They're very important to the game. This is going to be a turning point.
Well, the short point, the great field position, a gift to the Gators, and got to take advantage of it here. 3:55 to go, third quarter, second down, 7 for Baker. Ball at the Blountstown 11-yard line. Sam Croson under his center. Jack Adams comes to the right side. Pitch back to Joe Brunson. Goes back to Sam Croson in the air, and Sam can't make the grab just off his fingertips. A little trickeration there, Jesse, and it goes incomplete. Third down for the Gators.
And I think that was a good call by Coach right there to try something that I don't know that I've seen that play this year at all. That was a beautifully designed play, just a little bit overthrown by Brunson. Otherwise, that would have been at least a first down right there, if not a touchdown for the Gators.
3:39 to go in the third quarter. It is third down and 7 for the Gators from the Blountstown 11-yard line. 27-7. Tigers in the lead. Sam under his center and hands off to Joe Brunson, and Joe gets across the 10, 9-yard line. Going to bring up fourth and about 5 for the Gators. Of course, 4-down territory obviously here. Clock rolling at 3:20 to go in the third quarter. And Jesse, an obvious statement here, but they've got to punch it in, or at least get the first down.
Right, yeah. If we can get a fresh set of downs and inside the 5, you'd have to think at that point you bring in your big guys and you really just go to town trying to get this thing punched in.
So here we go, 4th and 5 from the 9. Sam Croson wants to pass, and he's going to be sacked, nowhere to go. And he is brought down by Brent McCrone at the 12-yard line. So the Tiger defense, they stiffen up and stop the Gator threat. And Jesse, a golden opportunity, and there may not be many more of those come our way, but
right.
Nonetheless, it is 1st and 10 Blountstown from their 12-yard line. 2:46 to go in this third quarter. Blountstown leads at 27-7.
Yeah, and that's going to hurt us right there, Mark. You've got to capitalize when you start on the 20. You got 25 yards to go for a touchdown. Man, that's just, like you said, handed to us on a silver platter.
Logan Pumphrey, quarterback for the Tigers, under his center. Hands off to Alex Valdez, and Valdez tackled quickly and hard, brought down by Devin Jordan near the 15-yard line. Brings up 2nd down 7 for the Tigers. Clock rolling at 2:30 left in this third quarter. It was 27-7 at halftime, and same score now. Neither offense able to push the ball across the goal line. And now this is Blountstown's third possession of the third quarter. And again, your quarterback, Pumphrey, under center. Valdez in motion. The handoff goes to Trevin Smith. And Smith across the 20-yard line. Still trying to go. Wrapped up by Matthew McClure. And Carter Mason. It's a first down run for the Tigers. 1st and 10 from their 24-yard line.
He's just a tough runner, Mark, getting in there and driving those legs. And really in that situation, there's not a whole lot the defense can do but just tackle him, hold on, and try your best to get him down or get a few other guys over there to help you get him down.
Well, Smith is 5'11", 175 pounds, and he is a tough runner. And handoff goes to Valdez, and Valdez is tripped up by Jack Adams. He gets to about the 29-yard line. 5-yard run brings up 2nd down 5 for the Tigers. 1:17 to go in this third quarter.
Yeah, great tackle there by Jack Adams, about able to get in there, fly to the ball, get his, just really get around his legs, trip him up, and not allow him to make that a bigger run than it really was. He had a lot of open field in front of him, Mark, and if Jack had not grabbed him, not got a hold of him right there, that could have turned out pretty bad.
2nd down 5 from the Blountstown 29-yard line. Again, Trevin Smith in motion. And Pumphrey hands off to Valdez, and Valdez is wrapped up. Tackle made by Eric McQueen and Jesse Jordan. He gains maybe a couple of yards. Going to bring up 3rd down and about 2 from the 32-yard line. And we're down to the final half minute of this third quarter of this SSAC championship game. Baker, Blountstown, both undefeated. That will change here in the next 12 minutes for one of these two teams. Pumphrey under center. Hands off to Garrett Martin, and Martin bulls his way across for the first down at the 36-yard line of the Tigers. And that's going to wrap up this third quarter. At the end of 3, Blountstown 27, Baker 7 back after this.
Staff here at WTJT would like to say thank you to Health Smart Pharmacy and Melody Thompson for their support of WTJT and this year's live coverage of Baker Gator varsity football. Health Smart Pharmacy offers a wide range of products and services. Not only can they meet your pharmaceutical needs, they also have products such as Simple Southern t-shirts, You Might Be, gift cards, and mugs. They also have Sorelli and other fashion jewelry. They have collegiate items as well as country western gifts for your favorite cowboy or cowgirl. And of course, they have t-shirts for our local Baker Gators. Health Smart Pharmacy is located on the left just through the light in downtown Baker and can be reached by phone at 850-537-6266. Thanks again to Health Smart Pharmacy for your support of WTJT and our local football team.
Welcome back to Panama City for this fourth and final quarter of this Sunshine State Athletic Conference Championship game. The last time these two teams met, 2 years ago, 2017, Blountstown knocked Baker out of the playoff run, 41-21. Here, it is 27-7, Blountstown leading Baker. 1st and 10, Blountstown from their 36-yard line. wearing red jerseys and white numbers and white pants. And handoff goes to Trevin Smith. Short gain and tackle made by who else but number 9, Joe Brunson.
Yeah, he's been all over the field on the defense tonight, really getting in there, getting his jersey dirty, so to speak, and trying his best to be in on every play, leading the way.
Yeah, the Gators in their white jerseys, maroon numbers, and maroon pants. They are number 2 in the conference. Blountstown number 1, but Jesse in the state, I believe they are 2, and Blountstown 3, if I'm not mistaken. Madison number 1. 11:25 left in this ball game. It is second down 10 for Blountstown from their 36-yard line. And Pumphrey wants to pass, goes deep downfield. He's got Trevin Smith. He makes a great grab at the 26 of Baker. And tackle made by number 22, Caleb Wagner. But a great pass and a great catch. And Trevin Smith looks like he may have hurt himself, Jess. He comes out momentarily. But it's 1st and 10 Blountstown at the Baker 27-yard line. 11-10 left in this ball game. They're up 27-7 the Tigers.
That was an excellent pass and catch by the Blountstown Tigers that time. They did a good job executing that play. Quarterback hooked up right there with Smith on the sideline, put it where only he could catch the ball. Did a great job bringing that in.
So Pumphrey hands off to Garrett Martin. And Martin pulls his way across the 25-yard line. Tackle made by Blake Lawson. And now just the clock becoming an enemy to the Gators. 10:40 to go in the ball game. They're down 27-7. Tigers in great field position at the Baker 24-yard line. Second down 7. And again, Garrett Martin, the big fullback, pulls his way across that line. He's down to about the 22-yard line. Carter Mason on the tackle, Matthew McClure, rather, on the tackle. And Garrett Martin, a big boy. He is 5'9", 215.
Wow.
So he's a good-sized fullback.
Yeah, he is. And I think you talked about it right just a minute ago, Mark. The clock's becoming the Gators' enemy, but it's becoming the friend of the Blountstown Tigers at this point.
It is third down and about 6 from the 23. And this time Valdez on the handoff. Breaks one tackle. He's out to the left side. In pursuit is Jack Adams. And Seth Baxley forced him out of bounds near the 13-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Blountstown. 9:51 to go in the ball game. 27-7. Blountstown on top of Baker. And ball placed at the Baker 16-yard line.
Yeah, on that play, Mark, we just lost Contain. The defensive end did not keep Contain, allowed him to get to the outside, and he's quick, so he's able to pick up those quick yards, get that first down.
Looks like Smith is back in there at running back. And Pumphrey pitches out to Smith. He's brought down by Joe Brunson. Devin Jordan in there also on the tackle. But it's a gain of a couple of yards to the 14 of Baker. Brings up second down 8 for the Tigers. Clock rolling, 9:14 to go in the ball game. And Jesse kind of uncharted waters for us as well.
Yeah.
Not used to seeing Baker down by 20 points and not late in the game.
Right.
Second down and 8. Quarterback Logan Pumphrey hands off to Trevin Smith, and he's wrapped up by Eric McQueen. The big Gator defensive end drops him back at the 15-yard line. A yard loss brings up third down 9 for the Tigers. And a stop here, really, Jesse, it's an obvious statement, but the Gators have got to stop them from scoring on this possession.
Mm-hmm.
There's 8:27 to go in the ball game. And Baker's offense has had a hard time scoring since that first quarter. And now, of course, Blountstown letting that play clock get down as low as it can. It's down to 4, 3, 2. and they will call a timeout. 8:06 left in this ball game. 27-7, Blountstown on top. Back after this.
WTJT is honored to recognize the support of Adams Sanitation to this ministry. Adams is locally owned and operated and has been for more than 35 years. They offer twice weekly pickup featuring automated trucks. No bagging of trash required. Adams also offers complimentary pickup of small bulk items, appliances, bagged yard waste, plus complimentary service to any church within their service area. They have 65 or 96-gallon rolling cans and pricing plans specifically for the senior 65 and older. The phone number to Adams Sanitation is 537-3282. The website is adamsanitation.com.
And a couple of college scores for you. At the end of the third, Auburn over Ole Miss 20-7. And Tennessee has beaten UAB 30-7. Here it is Blountstown 27, Baker 7. 8:06 left, third down, 9 for the Tigers. And Pumphrey wants to pass. Under pressure, breaks one tackle. He's across the 10, the 5, and brought down. Tackle made by Ethan Edge and Jesse Jordan, but it's a first down run for Logan Pumphrey to the Baker 5-yard line. First and goal with 7:51 left in this ball game.
And that was a good decision there by the Tigers quarterback to pull that ball down and run it. I don't think anybody was open in the end zone that time, which is what they were trying to do, just get a quick touchdown to cap this thing off. But he made a good decision, pulled it down, and ended up getting a first down. Now they're first and goal.
First and goal from the 5-yard line. Pumphrey under his center. Hands off to Valdez, and Valdez nowhere to go. Ramped up quickly and dropped. Devin Jordan, Eric McQueen, Matthew McClure, Joshua Gamble in there to make that tackle. He loses 1 yard, but a second down goal from the 6. 7:13 left in the ball game. Blountstown first and goal from the Baker 6-yard line. Both teams come in undefeated, and Baker riding that 37-game win streak in the regular season. And here comes Pumphrey. This time quarterback keeper. Little bootleg, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Blountstown Tigers. Little 6-yard bootleg there, and no one there to contain him. Joe Brunson, Zane Steele was on that side, but couldn't catch up to him quick enough, and now Blountstown goes up 33-7. 6:42 to go in the ball game. Of course, the Blountstown fans are here on the home side. And Jess and I listened to some of their comments and just chuckling. The point after, no good. So the score remains Blountstown 33, Baker 7. Back after this.
WTJT and the Baker Gators are proud to recognize Baker Parts in downtown Baker as a sponsor of live coverage of Baker Gator football. Baker Parts has auto parts and hardware for all household needs. Baker Parts is located at 1304 Georgia Avenue in Baker, and their phone number is 537-3131 or 537-4231. Thanks, Danny, and all the staff at Baker Parts for helping to make coverage of Baker Gator football possible on WTJT.
.642 is a cool Saturday night from Panama City. And Jesse, just a year ago, Hurricane Michael slams Panama City, and coming down, still see a lot of damage, especially to the trees, a lot of broken half or leaning or just gone completely. But this area has really recovered greatly from what I have seen from that hurricane 1 year ago, October 10th. This is Jack Adams on the kickoff return. Jack's to the 30-yard line. 35 and brought down. And tackle made by number 33 for the Tigers ask Murphy. Now a flag comes in, and might have been a little rough housing there between the Gators and the Tigers. Wait for the white hat to make the decision. And Jesse, this is one more thing I've not been used to. An official that is mic'd up makes it easier for us to know what's going on.
We don't have to guess anymore, right?
That's right. So wait and see what the decision is. Here he comes. Here's the call. Of course, the Blountstown fans wanted against just the Baker Gators.
Right. It looked like it was both ways there, shoving back and forth, and a little bit heated there on the kickoff return. But the bad thing was they weren't even anywhere near close to the play, so it really didn't make any difference one way or the other.
Well, the official makes the call, and that's what it is. 1st and 10, Baker from their 35-yard line. 6:36 left in the ball game. It is now Blountstown 33 and Baker 7. And so, Jesse, next week, I guess we'll have the weekend off then.
Yeah, unless things change and we didn't hear correctly. As far as I know, there will be no game for the Gators next week. The Florida High School Athletic Association playoffs will start next week all around the state. And we'll just kind of see what happens with those games, and then we'll be able to announce who will be playing, the next week, following week after that. Not really sure.
1st and 10, Baker from their 35-yard line. 6:36 left in the ball game. They are down 33-7. Sam Croson remains quarterback. Hands off to Joe Brunson. Joe finds a hole right side across midfield and forced out of bounds. But it's about a 14-yard run to the 49-yard line. 1st and 10, Baker Gators.
I think that's possibly the longest run he's had all night, if I'm not mistaken, Mark, as far as just straight from scrimmage like that. So maybe that's a breath of fresh air, and they can be able to step up and be able to get it rolling here and get a little offensive production going.
I believe you're right, Jesse. 6:20 left in the ball game. Baker down 33-7. Joe Brunson, he gets smacked in the backfield. A nice tackle by Blountstown Tigers, number 52, Carson Hatchett. And he looked like a tomahawk on that tackle. It's a yard loss back to the 48. 2nd down, 11 for the Gators from their 48-yard line. Clock rolling. 5:55 left in the ball game. And Jesse, looks like Matt is keeping his starting offense on the field thus far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they need to finish this game out. They need to get some points here, get a little dignity to end this game.
Sam Croson under center. Hands off to Eric McQueen, and he is wrapped up. Tackle again made by number 52, Carson Hatchett. And he wants all of us to know that that's him. He stands to face the crowd. Hands on hips. It's a loss back to the 45-yard line now. 3rd down and 14 for the Gators. 5:10 left in this ball game. Play clock down to 17 seconds, and Baker's still in their huddle. Now Sam Croson comes under his center. And still some confusion, looks like, on half of the Gators. And they take a timeout. We'll take it as well. Be right back after this.
Hi, this is Tony from Baker Feed and Country Store. The Baker Gator football season is back, and we are proud supporters of WTJT's live Baker Gator football program. Baker Feed and Country Store has all your fall food plot, seed, and fertilizer needs, along with corn, rice bran, pellets, and blocks. We carry Justin boots, belts, wallets, and Wrangler jeans. Baker Feed and Country Store is located on the right at the light in downtown Baker and can be reached by phone 537-1000. Again, that's 537-1000. Go Gators!
And welcome back. And Jesse, one more college score for you. Auburn survives Ole Miss 20-14, so War Eagle. Croson back to pass. Hits Zane Steele at the 50, and Zane's across the 45 and falls just shy of the first down marker. But a great little pass there from Sam Croson to Zane Steele.
He did a good job that time after the catch as well, Mark, to be able to get a few extra yards, and he was very close to that first down. It's like didn't quite get the spot that he wanted, though.
He's a yard shy. They placed the ball at the Blountstown 42-yard line, so it's 4th and 1 for the Gators. And the clock rolling, 4:10 left in the ball game. Blountstown 33, Baker 7. Jack Adams comes out of the Baker lineup. Sam Croson hands off to Eric McQueen. McQueen's got the first down, and more still going. The ball comes loose. Blountstown recovers. That's McLeod with the fumble recovery, and he's back out to the 45. The 50 still going, and finally brought down. Tackle made by Gavin Vaccarella and Ethan Cadenhead. And Eric McQueen, who fumbled, makes the tackle along with Vaccarella and Jesse. McQueen is hurt.
Yeah, I saw a little something, Mark, just to kind of, sorry about that, just to kind of name it on there. When he had the ball and he broke to the backfield of the defense there, got in the secondary, it looked like one of the players, when they were going to dive for him, hit him on the side of his knee. I don't know which knee it was, or maybe his hip or something like that. But he stepped back up and came and made the tackle there at the end of the play. So I'm not sure how severe it was, or if that adrenaline was coming after him.
Well, he's still laying near the 36-yard line of the Baker Gators. Now Matt Brunson comes across the field, as does trainer Jessica Langston. And McQueen did fumble the ball. McLeod picked it up, and then McQueen, along with Vaccarello, and I believe Ethan Cadenhead makes the tackle. But now more serious concern over Eric McQueen. 3.5 to go in the ball game. Let's take a break, Jesse, and we'll come back after this.
WTJT would like to thank Jason Norton and Baker Metalworks for allowing us to bring live Baker Gator football coverage to the listeners of WTJT. Baker Metalworks offers a large variety of colors, and they are all Energy Star rated. They have 4 profile styles with 29 and 26 gauge. They also have delivery available, and all of their materials are Florida product approved. Baker Metalworks is located at 5846 Highway 189 in Baker. They can be reached by phone at 850-537-2010. Thanks again to Baker Metalworks for all of your support here at WTJT.
Eric McQueen does get up on his own, Jesse, and that's a good sign, but it looks like that left knee has been injured. But the Blountstown fans do applaud Eric, show their support, and we appreciate the good sportsmanship. And Eric McQueen, one of the toughest ball players I've seen this year. They're all good ball players, but Eric McQueen has made an impression offensively and defensively. And hate to see him go off like this, but hopefully it's nothing serious, and he'll be back for our next game. 3:39 left in the ball game. Blountstown over Baker, 33-7. And it's 1st and 10 Tigers at the Gator 37-yard line. Logan Pumphrey, quarterback. In motion is Miller. He takes the ball, spins around, and is brought down. Nice tackle by Jake Miller and Ethan Edge.
Yeah, it's a tough blow for the Gators there to lose Eric McQueen. And I know we've only got just a few minutes left in this game, but like you said, Mark, hopefully he'll be okay for the rest of the season to go into the playoffs. And it looked like he was able to walk off under his own power for the most part there, so that's reassuring that maybe it wasn't as severe of an injury as we might have thought it could have been. But we'll get a little report on that and be able to get back to you guys.
2nd down 9 for the Tigers from the Baker 36-yard line. 3 minutes to go in the ball game. Quarterback number 4, Logan Pumphrey. There's a whistle. Wait for the call. Flag is down. So it's an untrue start. That's just for you, Jesse.
You got to say that tonight. That's good.
And so one of the few penalties that goes against the Tigers tonight. Clock rolling, 2:40 to go in the ball game. Second down and 14 back at the Baker 41-yard line for the Tigers. They lead it 33-7. Now Pumphrey hands off to Smith, and Smith down to the 36-yard line. Tackle made by Bodie Kolb and Devin Jordan along with Ryan Fleming. Third down and 9 for the Tigers from the Baker 36. 2-minute warning. So, Jesse, it looks like Baker will experience their first loss of the season, and that win streak will come to an end at 37, I believe.
37,
yeah.
That's right.
Have not lost in the regular season since November 2015. And pitchback goes to Miller, and he's brought down by Jack Adams. It's a first down run down to the Baker 24-yard line. A minute 31 left in the ball game. First and 10, Blountstown to the Baker 24-yard line.
And this will be a situation, Mark, where our guys, especially our seniors, are going to have to step up and really show our guys that, yeah, we may have lost this game, but we still got more games to go. We can still make a big impact in the state. And, who knows? We may come back again and be able to face Blountstown during the playoffs. And most likely that's probably how it's going to be, the road through Blountstown to be able to get to the state championship again this year. So they're going to have to show a little bit of class right here and accept this defeat and just really step up and look forward to the next game and really prepare their minds to get ready for who they're going to play next.
And it's a show of sportsmanship on the part of Blountstown as quarterback Logan Pumphrey just takes a knee with 47 seconds to play. And Jesse, that's right, that shows the heart of a true athlete, a true competitor. How do you bounce back from your first loss? Well, Baker, like you said, those 18 seniors will have to show Baker how to do it. 30 seconds and counting down. Second down 11, which really does not matter here. Baker comes across trying to force a fumble, and a flag comes in. Two flags come in. I believe Devin Jordan came across there to make the hit on Pumphrey. And Matt Brunson out there rounding his troops up. And Jesse, it's understandable. That first loss is tough, and the game is going to be over. They are starting the clock, and they're going to just call this one.
Yeah. Probably the right thing to do in this situation.
Awaiting the call from the official. And there's the official call. The game is over. And so, Jesse, congratulations. Blountstown, they win 33-7 over the Baker Gators. And both sides now meeting and exchanging handshakes and hugs. And good to see that. And Dustin Oglesby leading the way for the Gators. Well, that's going to wrap it up for us. We'll take a short break and be right back with some closing words.
Thank you, Brackney Funeral Service in Crestview, for your support. Brackney Funeral Service is located on Highway 90 East. They are locally owned and operated and provide all the traditional funeral services, including burials and cremations. And the telephone number is 683-9898, 683-9898. Terry Brackney is the funeral director. Again, thanks, Terry and Brackney Funeral Service for giving to WTJT.
WTJT would like to send a special thanks to CCSI of Crestview, Florida. As businesses like you, through all your support that makes this live coverage of the Baker Gators Friday Night Football possible.
So the inaugural Sunshine State Athletic Conference Championship game does not go the way of the Baker Gators. They experienced their first loss of the season to Blountstown, 33-7, and congratulations, Blountstown Tigers on being the conference champion. And congratulations, Baker, on a great year. Mark Forehand and Jesse Jernigan. And Jesse, any closing thoughts on tonight's ball game?
Situations like that, Blountstown came and they were just ready. They were more prepared, I think, than we were. Executed their plays. I know we could go back and forth and say certain calls didn't go a certain way and different things like that. But in that situation, if we had come out and executed the way we were supposed to execute, I think the game would have turned out a little bit differently. But Blountstown has a fantastic team. They've got an all-around great offense. Their defense is strong. Of course, Smith is, the bedrock of their offense, and we saw that tonight on many plays. So you have to give credit where credit is due. They played a great game, and even if we would have played a perfect game tonight, it still probably would have, I think it might have went in the favor of Blountstown. It would have been much closer, obviously, in that situation, but you can't take anything away from those kids. They played their hearts out, did a great job. The Gators did a great job, had a great season. Hate to see that winning streak in regular season go for naught, but like I said earlier, if we play Blountstown again in the playoffs, it's a lot harder to beat somebody twice in 1 year than it is to beat them just one time in 1 year. So that'll play in favor for us when we meet them in the playoffs. That
is true, but 2016, Baker did it. They faced Blountstown in the regular season, beat them, I believe, 21-18, and then in the postseason beat them 20-19 on their way to face Pahokee back in 2016.
Right.
Well, once again, your final score is Blountstown 33, Baker 7. That's going to wrap it up tonight. We'll see you either next week or the week after. But anyway, for Robbie Cole, Jesse Jernigan, I'm Mark Forehand. Have a super safe weekend.
WTJT is honored to recognize a donation from Edge Painting Incorporated. Derek and his crew specialize in interior and exterior repaints, pressure washing, cabinet refinishing, wood and concrete staining, just to name a few. Edge Painting Incorporated has you covered. The number to schedule your free estimate is 850-537-2396. 850-537-2396. Owners Derek and Nikki Edge are proud supporters of Baker Athletics. Go Gators!